Teens have so many social issues: drugs, alcohol, depression, anxiety, you name it, they have to navigate it. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips and strategies to help them overcome those challenges and turn them into opportunities. Stay tuned. Welcome to Rahz Motivates here on YouTube. My name is Rahz Slaughter from RahzSlaughter.com. I'm also the author of Student Success Secrets: Unlock the 7 Secrets for Developing Inspired, Motivated, Success-Driven Teens. This channel is dedicated to helping parents, teachers, influencers of teens to help them navigate teenhood so that they can arrive at success on their own terms. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for your time. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification so you never miss a weekly update that we post here on YouTube. This channel is dedicated specifically to creating tips, tools, strategies to help teens navigate the challenging waters so that they can arrive at success in their lives. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 of the most common social issues or challenges that our teens are dealing with today. Now, we know that they have a lot more going on. We have social media, we have websites, we have the internet, we have school, FOMO, all of these things that are happening. But here are 5 that I found that teens are struggling with, and I'm going to give you guys some tips and strategies how we can help them overcome that. Number 1, depression. Number 2, bullying. Number 3, drugs and alcohol. Number 4, obesity. And number 5 is academic problems. Let's tackle number 1 right now, which is depression. According to the National Institute for Mental Health, 3.2 million teens are struggling with mental health challenges, either depression or anxiety, right now, each and every day. Why do you think that they are struggling so much with depression? Well, here's what I want to share with you. I believe that they're struggling because their fear of missing out, they're not getting enough time in person working within their own peer groups and communities with the pandemic and internet. And more importantly, we know that girls are struggling with this a little bit more because there's so much stuff going out there telling us that this is what you need to look like. You need to be this weight. You need to be this way. You need to look this, have this, wear this. We as parents, teachers, and influencers of teens have to support our teens so that they can tackle depression head on. And how do you do that? Here's my tip. I believe that we need to get them out and helping others. We need to get them to understand that they are special, unique. Find their unique gift. If we can do that, we're going to help combat depression, and we need to have a proactive approach to it. If you see your teen changing their sleep patterns, their eating patterns, their interests quickly and abruptly, we need to step in and find out what we need to do about it. And if we as parents don't have the answers, we have to be willing to do what? Raise our hand and get help immediately. If we don't, this can slip down a slippery slope and become a lot harder to deal with once it's already set in and been ingrained in our teenagers. Social emotional issue number 2 is bullying. Now, bullying is one that I did a full video on, and if you click that link above right here, you'll be able to watch that in detail, but I'm just gonna hit on a few facts for you. Right now, we have about 160,000 students missing school each and every day because of bullying. That's 1 in 5 students are deciding not to go to school because they are in fear of being bullied, of taken advantage of, or picked on. Now, I went to school as a middle schooler with a disability. My right leg was shorter than the other, and I was bullied. I learned to cope and handle being bullied by bullying. And I don't believe that's the right way, but as a teenager going through high school, I transitioned not from a bully, but to an advocate to combat bullying. Now that's natural in me, but what I want to share with you as a parent, here are a few things that we can do if our kid is being bullied. Number 1, we need to clearly define what bullying is. Everything isn't bullying. Everything isn't just, some of it is just kidding around and being a kid and learning and going through that maturity process. Number 2, we need to be proactive. Ask our kids what's going on. Have a conversation with them at the dinner table or in the morning or in the afternoon. If you see any changes in their behavior, you need to step in, right? That's important. And then we gotta now this is my big tip for you, make asking for help cool. See, a lot of kids feel that they're weak or they're gonna get picked on more if they go and ask their teacher, their principal, or you for help. Allow them to understand that it's an open door policy. Being vulnerable is powerful. And if we do that, that's going to allow them to stand in their own power and really step forward and combat bullying. Before we get into social issue number 3, I want to share with you a quick tip. This tip will help you handle and combat all 5 of these social issues. Number 1, we need to head on and help our teens develop an attitude that their beliefs are what creates their actions are what creates their outcomes and results, and more importantly, who they are in the world. So if we can help our kids get a solid, positive belief system about them, their unique abilities, their skills, this is going to equip them to handle all of these issues, more importantly, to do it with a calm, relaxed ability, right? So I don't think that we can go, oh, you can't see bullying. Drugs and alcohol is not going to be a problem. Head it on. We know it's going to be there, but they have to have a belief system in themselves that they are enough, they're special, they're unique, they're great. And it's us, the teachers, the parents, the influencers of teens who must install these beliefs in them so that they can get out there in the world and feel empowered. Let's tackle social issue number 3, drugs and alcohol. This one is really important and we need to cut this one really quickly. We need as parents to teach our teens that drugs, alcohol, there is no place for it in the teenager's life, and we need to be proactive with it. 6% of seniors have tried or experimented with marijuana on a consistent basis. I believe that we've lessened the severity and the intensity of why this is so important not to do because it's so socially accepted now. It is important that drugs and alcohol stay out of schools, stay out of our homes, and most importantly, out of our teens' hands. And I know that it's dangerous. Why? 1, their health. It's gonna be detrimental to their health, their grades, their attitudes, their behaviors, so many other things that they're gonna find that's going to inhibit them from being successful in life. We don't want them out there driving while under the influence, which can hurt themselves and others, right? So how do we as parents slow or the severity or stop this? 1, we have to be proactive, as in all of the things we need to do. We have to be proactive and talk to our teens, explain to them the dangers. And when they say, oh, I know, Mom, I get it, I'm not doing that, you need to be like, no. Let's sit down and have a real conversation. I know with my 17-year-old, we've talked about drugs, we've talked about alcohol, and I keep it real, raw, and Rahz with them. Hey, I've done these things, I've experimented, I tried, but here's what happened. Here's what happened to my mother when she was addicted to drugs. Here's what happened to my uncle when he went to jail. I keep it real with my son so that he understands the severity. If you make the pain great enough, they will see and sense the intensity in your message. We have to try that. Now, here's what I know. Teens are going to get into trouble, right? So when that happens, you want to have an open door policy. Hey, if you start drinking, if you ever end in trouble, you can call me and have what I call a timeout, no conversation moment. Because I want them to know that there's never anything that's going to hold them back from being able to call me and have a conversation so that we can talk about it. We talked about communication throughout these videos, and it is so important when we're talking about drugs and alcohol specifically. Social issue number 4 is obesity. This one is near and dear to my heart because I've been a personal trainer for 20 years. I've assisted thousands of clients overcome weight and nutritional challenges in their lives to create a more healthy, productive lifestyle. Here's why I believe that this is 20% of 12 to 19-year-olds are living obese. This is a problem because we have to take responsibility for this. Why is this happening? Number 1, a lack of exercise. And I say activity. We've made it so that it's not even important to do it in school consistently for all 4 years of high school. A lot of schools have actually taken physical education out. Why? I don't know. This is an issue. We need more education on nutrition in school, starting in the grades, early grades, all throughout. Not just 1 year, not just 2 years, but each year, because teens are going to learn more about eating, nutrition, and why it's important they need to understand this information. This is their entire life. We know that when you eat unhealthy and you don't move, disease is created in the body. That is a fact. And if we want to lessen the severity of obesity in this country and the world, we need education. That's the number 1 tip. Educate more, teach more, and then we have to what? Make fitness and nutrition a family opportunity. It's non-negotiable. Talk about it at home. Understand that everybody has to be thinking healthy, thinking activity, and here's what I like to say: sweat and snack. You're gonna sweat, you get a good healthy snack. This is so critical. I know in my family, we make exercise non-negotiable. We make eating non-negotiable. We understand that food is fuel, not the other way around. We don't always celebrate with food. And when you do that, you're gonna cause a challenge. I've seen it in so many of my clients, and I see it in teens each and every day right now. This is a big one. We need to combat this one. And our final social issue is academic problems. Academic problems are really one that we need to look at and say, hey, how do we fix it? I'm not gonna put blame on anyone. We have to do this. As with all 5 of these, we need to do it together. It takes a tribe to develop and grow healthy, productive, success-driven teens. Number 1 though, literacy. We need kids to be reading more, understanding the vocabulary, how to write, how to articulate themselves in an authentic and vulnerable way. I believe this is the number 1. I struggled with reading all throughout high school and into my early years of college because I couldn't pronunciate words. If you can't pronunciate the words and sound them out properly, you're gonna have less grammatical understanding of what you're reading, and your comprehension is going to go down. That was my reading disability throughout high school and college. I wish I would have had someone to say, you know what, Rahz, here's how you do it. Here's what you need to do in order to improve. I learned on my own, and now I'm an avid reader because I understand the importance of reading and practicing daily. Standardized tests. These need to be looked at really hard. A lot of kids are getting a lot of overwhelm and anxiety because of these tests. Are they really important? Is something that I would add. I understand that we get funding and we get balance and we get this information back, but how can we acclimate teens and students to understand that these tests don't actually mean as much as they do? Number 3, teachers. We need to give them more money. We need more salaries. We need more things and this is gonna come from government funding, because this is a problem. When schools don't have enough funding, especially in the inner cities, we know they're not getting the same resources, they're not getting the same computers, they're not getting the same books. This is going to give them they're gonna set them back, and they're not gonna be able to be successful in life. Whether it's soft skills or hard skills, we need to work on that. Now here's my big tip. This one is so important. We need to be, as always, proactive on 3 things. 1, social skills. 2, career skills. And 3, social emotional skills. We need kids to understand how to talk, communicate, allow themselves to express themselves, handle differences of opinions. We need to make sure that they understand how to shake someone's hands, look someone in the eye, communicate themselves, what they need, what they want, what challenges they're having, and understand that it's an open communication process, right? Career goals. We need to start to teach kids earlier on that they can go out and be an entrepreneur. They can work, they could be a doctor. Not just these things of, oh, you're gonna be a lawyer, you're gonna be a doctor, you're gonna be a fireman. Yes, little Johnny, you can do whatever. No, how? Let's start telling them the process, the steps, so that when they're already developing in the early grades, 4th, 5th, 6th grades, good, solid study habits, work ethic, these are going to allow them when they get into the high school years and the college years and in their profession to truly thrive, not just survive. I find that when I'm talking to my teen at home, I'm consistently asking him questions, because when I ask him questions, he gives me better answers. When he gives me better answers, it gives me an opportunity to give the learning. The learning is gonna come from us as parents, jumping in there, being proactive all day, every day, and giving back to our kids, because we know we've already walked that path, and that path can be very dangerous with these 5 common issues. Number 1, depression, bullying, drugs and alcohol, obesity, and academic problems. If we want to combat these problems, we must take a proactive approach and start to be hands-on. Laissez-faire doesn't work as a parent, as an influencer, or a teacher. And I'm not judging anybody, but what I am saying is that now is the time that we need to do it. We are in a pandemic. We know that kids are at home. They got more overwhelmed and anxiety. These things are happening, but we can help them deal with it. So I got a question for you parents, teachers, and influencers of teens. Which of the 5 social issues would you say is the most important to start tackling immediately and going after? Is it number 1, depression? Is it bullying, drugs and alcohol? Is it obesity? Or is it academic challenges? In the comment box, please, I'd love to hear what you think and why. This is an open dialogue. I want to learn from you as I'm sharing my tips and strategies throughout my coaching program and my clients. I want to know what your thoughts are. So please, write your comments down there. I'm going to reply to them all. And most importantly, I know that if we as a team start to work together and collaborate, we're going to create more success-driven, motivated, and inspired teams. So I'm gonna land this plane. What I wanna ask you, if you've seen value in this video or any of my other videos, do me a huge personal favor. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the notification so you never miss a weekly video we do here at Rahz Motivates. It is truly my obligation and pleasure and honor to serve you and the teams that I get to serve each and every day in my coaching practices or my programs. So if you know anybody who can get value from these videos, make sure to share it to them, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or here on YouTube. It doesn't matter. Get the video and the content to them so they can get some value as well. As always, I want you to stay motivated while creating an epic life. I'll see you in the next video. Once again, my name is Coach Rahz, and I am out. Boom! Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.